Last time on the breakdown, we broke down the deciding hand of a recent EPT main event in Malta. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, click right up there, then come back here for You Comment, We Respond.
Yeah, or just watch this video and don't click up there. That's your other choice.
But why would you do that? Give us more clicks.
I mean, you could click and...
Click.
All right, let's just
watch all
on.
of our videos.
All right,
10 times a day.
Let's hear what the people had to say about this hand. By the way, as always, Grant doesn't know what these comments are. I do because I pick them out. He has no idea who says them or what they're about. So it's kind of fun, right? All right, here we go.
I wonder if a celebrity says one. Is that why you said that? That would be exciting.
We'll find out.
Better stick around.
AKshar says, when you say Carlsen is more likely to have a king suited, X-suited, king of spades, X of spades than Boyka, why do you say it's so? Can you briefly explain that? To me, it's like, when I'm heads up with an ace and getting action, I assume it's either a pair or face cards. So wouldn't both players be reasonably scared of face cards because they would more likely put V on a king villain, thank you, on a king X kind of hand and less likely another ace. You can tell I haven't read this comment all the way down either. I just started it. I thought it was interesting.
All right, yeah. Let's start with the beginning here.
Yeah.
The why is Boyka more likely or less likely to have the king X of spades than Carlsen? Because Boyka checked the flop.
Yeah.
Boyka 3-bet pre-flop and then checked on a 2-spade board. You would think that would be a hand he would continue with for sure.
And if he didn't continue, he would certainly check raise it.
Yeah.
Right? He would never check call and then be in an awkward spot on the turn when it doesn't have to be. He would absolutely use that fold equity his advantage. He might actually decide to check raise spades rather than bet them, right?
Right.
Because the pot size is so perfect. But it seems like a very reasonable check raise, effectively get in on the flop.
Yeah, based on the action, it feels like Boyka never has that. And Carlsen definitely can, because he could have anything, really, king X of any spades, because they're heads up, so the ranges are quite wide. And why wouldn't he bet that on the flop? He did bet, so it makes sense.
He also could have other king X hands that are not spades that when it's checked to him, he just decides to bet to try and take it down, much like he did with ace 4 of diamonds.
Ace 4 of suited.
Ace 4 of suited, which is, effectively
it's
a
the
reasonable
best
thing to say.
It's the best suit.
you make all sorts of flushes with that. All right, moving on. Ryan O'Reilly says, this is why you should start to play ace queen and queen jack the exact same way against a good player.
Does he mean ace queen and queen jack with each other, or with the bluffs?
I assume like you should move in on you should check the turn and then move in with ace queen or queen jack on the river like Carlsen did against a good player who can hero you.
Right, okay, that makes some sense because when Carlsen moves in, it effectively polarizes his range, and Boyka is what seems like a good pro, right?
Yeah.
It seems like Boyka is a good pro. If Carlsen was there and it wasn't Carlsen, it was Phil Galfond, I believe Boyka would have given Carlsen a much wider range of potential value move-in hands. But based on Carlsen's reputation and having played with him for a while now, Boyka probably assumes that Carlsen is more polarized.
Yeah.
And it would be a good thing to be a bit less polarized in the spot so you can get value from ace high with a queen. That would be great. This is a good comment.
Most amateurs are not going to go all in for more than pot with second pair on the river after it goes check, check on the turn because they just don't think they're going to get called by anything. And that's usually correct.
Yeah.
Only against someone who's going to level themselves into calling you, is this a good move? But against a good player, like we're hearing here from Ryan O'Reilly, yes, they can work against a good player.
Also, Carlsen needs to combine playing the queen jack and ace queen like that with the tell that he does where he's doing this, because that ultimately led to Boyka's call more than maybe the polarization situation.
It's also hard to have ace queen here with this effective stats, but maybe Ryan's talking about in other situations.
Any queen really plays effectively the same.
I agree. Boyka almost never has a queen.
Yeah.
It's almost always worse than a queen here.
Right.
Finally, Franz Henning says, couldn't ace deuce or ace 8 be in Carlsen's range? A hand like this could have been played the same way as it happened here. What are your thoughts on this?
Probably not based on moving in on the river. Those are the types of hands that you're going to check back this river almost the entire time. Maybe you bet ace 8 for value, but I doubt Carlsen's going to move in with ace 8 for value. It's a lot harder to get called with ace 8 by a worse hand when you move in than queen jack because 9s, 10s, and jacks are all there.
Right, that's the key. It really looks like Boyka often has a pocket pair and a pocket pair that's beating an 8.
Yeah.
He doesn't always, by any means. He can have worse hands too. But a pocket pair is one of the few hands that is going to reasonably consider calling you. Moving in with ace 8 here, it's just hard to come up with. I mean, all you have are the true heroes to call you with the ace jacks of the world. And
we know it looks like that would work for value because Boyka does eventually call with ace jack. But then again, if Carlsen thought he was moving in for value and felt comfortable that he was ahead, he probably wouldn't have exhibited those tells and things would have played out a bit differently.
That's right. By the way, I understand you're saying ace deuce because it would have worked because we're a notch better effectively than ace jack. Maybe an ace king, so we're 2 notches up. But that's only because you can see the cards too, right?
I mean, nobody's moving in for value with ace deuce.
Right.
Here.
If you move in with ace deuce, it's as a bluff, and this would have been a really unlucky spot for Boyka.
Yeah.
And that's a spot where Carlsen might have done all the soothing behaviors anyway, because he's uncomfortable, because he's sure he's behind, right?
Yeah.
And then Boyka calls, Boyka loses, just in an unlucky way.
Right, and I also don't think he would bet ace deuce on the flop, Carlsen I'm talking about here. Ace 8 probably, ace deuce a lot less likely.
I would expect him to bet 8s and not so often to bet deuces, because all the pocket pairs are still beating deuces, and all the pocket pairs are going to call.
Right.